Welcome to the Kindness Project, the podcast designed to share stories of kindness and share how kindness can make positive change in our world, one small act at a time.
This week on the Kindness Project, we talk about the repair shop, the Scouts, and we are joined by Carol and Oliver Hussey.
Welcome to an Easter version of the Kindness Project live. It's already started off as an absolute shambles. I mean, normally, I'm joined by a girl who literally got up 10 minutes ago.
I've been awake for about 2 hours. I just didn't want to leave my bed. What have you been doing? I was just reading.
Are you sort of playing out the Bruno Mars's Lazy song? I just want to stay in. No?
Look, you stay where you're comfortable.
And for you, it's bed and in your dressing gown. And we are also joined by Carol and Oliver. Hello, how are you?
Good morning.
Hello. Where are you? I mean, I suppose we could start with an individual question of the podcast, couldn't we? Where are you most comfortable? If you're watching this live, please feel free to let us know. Where do you feel most comfortable? Carol, what do you reckon?
Bed is nice, but I don't know, I'm an early riser, but I do like being in there. But yeah, probably my best place in the world is on the sofa, under a blanket, and just watching all that stuff, like the repair shop,
I love
that bake-off.
The repair shop. Yeah, Charlotte loves the repair shop.
Yeah, it's so sweet. It's so nice.
It's so cute.
What's been your favourite story on the repair shop?
I don't really remember them. I just like watching the people who like have the old toys that their parents gave them, and they're like old people, and they come in with their kids. You know what I mean?
Just old people. Well, have you ever cried at the repair shop?
No.
Have you ever cried at? I mean, I'll cry at telly all the time.
Not reality television though.
Yeah. Old people's home. Do you remember I was talking about
old
the podcast?
People's home for 4-year-olds.
Old people's home for 4-year-olds. Made me weep like a baby, Carol. Did you ever see that?
I wouldn't be able to watch something like that because I'd just see the adverts before and I'd be crying. So, no.
Yeah. Oliver, talk to me about where you're most comfortable. Where do you reckon you feel happiest?
Probably in my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gaming. What are you playing at the minute?
Quite a lot of stuff.
Quite a lot of stuff. Right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just finishing God of War, and I'm loving it.
I'm making my way through Persona 5, which so good.
The problem is with games, Charlotte, is I just haven't got the time.
You're a completionist, and if you can't finish it within like 4 weeks, you're done.
I mean, Persona 5 takes about 100 hours to do, doesn't it? So I'm definitely.
I'm only on like the third area as well.
Oh, right, okay, fair enough. So listeners, if you watchers, wherever you are today, if you are watching, hi to AJ, David, Desmond, Steve. Thanks for joining us. Please do make sure you answer the questions of the podcast as they come about. We're going to be talking to Carol and Oliver about the questions as well. And these are the ones, Charlotte, that we asked on Friday, but literally we got no answers for because we didn't tell anybody we were going to do a live, did we?
I barely knew we were going to do a live. I got told the day before.
We just turned up and thought we'd give it a go. So hopefully we'll get a bit more engagement on these. Can you remember what the questions of the podcast were?
Something about hobbies. No.
Why do people listen to this? I'm genuinely.
Nicknames was one of them.
Nicknames. Oh, if you could, right. Okay, listeners, if you could pick your own nickname, what would you pick? Who's going to answer this first? We've already answered on Friday. Carol, what do you reckon?
Well, obviously, it would be something nice, but I don't know. I don't know whether you should ask my children if I've got a nickname. I don't know. Well, just. I don't know. I've never had a nickname. I don't know. I call my kids.
Have you never had a nickname?
No.
Not even based on your actual name?
No, because it's Carol.
Like, somebody
it's hard to shorten, isn't it? It's quite hard to shorten. It'd be like.
What was your surname when you was single?
Roll.
Yeah, really.
Roll.
I mean, Car as a nickname is just. Yeah, Car or Roll. Yeah, no, that's definitely not the nickname you want. What was your surname when you were single?
It was Evans. So my sister's husband calls her Evansy, but I don't see the point in lengthening
Evansy.
something.
Yeah, to
No,
make it a
I mean,
nickname.
a nickname should either signify something about the individual or be short, shouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Just to make your life.
I
You
used
like
to
easier.
have to use a different name because in games when I was growing up, you could only have 8 letters in the character name, and my name is 9 letters long.
Yeah.
So
So
I
it was
had to-
always slow, wasn't it?
it was always Charlo or Charlie, because some people used to call me that.
Yeah. And the reason we're talking about this is because Charlotte's trying to invent her own nickname at the minute. Do you want to tell everybody about that?
Invent my own nickname. Like it,
You are.
catching on.
You are trying to invent your own nickname. God,
Why you got to do me like this?
we're on a podcast. You got to tell stories.
I already told us Friday, you know.
Right, I know, but we're today's
Oh
time.
damn, there's more people listening today.
Go on.
On Friday it was just a waffle we were having.
Right.
Because my first name starts with a C and my middle name starts with a J. CJ seemed, it's there.
CJ's a good nickname.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether I'm flying with picking your own nickname. Do you know what I mean? It just feels wrong. Right, other questions of the podcast that we'd love to hear from you about. What is your funniest family memory? Is number one, because Easter for me is all about family. We had a lovely family dinner yesterday, didn't we? And you know what? I genuinely think in our family, pigs in blankets are becoming a
Special occasion treat.
well, but also not a food that's purely linked to Christmas. We can eat it any time of the year. I'm loving that. And so, what's your favourite funniest family memory? And best Easter egg ever. So, what's the Easter egg that you've got that you thought, you know what, this is a pretty good egg? What do you reckon? Are you Easter egg fans, Carol and Oliver?
Big time.
What's the best Easter egg you've ever had?
I can answer this one easily because when the kids were small, we used to go to a toddler group and they used to have an Easter bonnet parade every year. And they would all go around. And the one year, Amy, which is our daughter, she's 15, she won the Easter bonnet parade. And it was a massive lint Easter egg with all the lindors in. And probably one of the best days of my life. So, I mean, I'm not suggesting that Amy didn't get to eat it all, but, she was only small. Oliver was just a toddler. Of course, we didn't want to make them sick.
To be honest, you got. I mean, our job as parents is to help out where we can, right, Carol?
Exactly.
And I think taking the burden off is a really important thing to do. You know what? Cassie was really good yesterday because she got us all little presents for Easter lunch, didn't she? And she got a lint bunny for me. So I had my dinner, sat down on the sofa with my lint bunny, ate all of the lint bunny. I was only going to have like 2 bits of chocolate, and then suddenly it was gone. Ate all of the lint bunny, and then the cake come out.
The cheesecake, yeah.
And that was just more chocolate.
Yeah.
So I think I'm still recovering from that massive sugar rush that I had yesterday. What's the best, apart from your mum stealing your stuff, Oliver, what's the best Easter egg you've ever had?
Probably a cream egg. But
Cream
no,
egg?
like the
10.
big one. Yeah.
Easter egg with a different name on. We're talking about, the Thornton's ones where you have your name written.
I like the ones that come with the extra chocolate. Like, the ones that they put like chocolate bars in the bottom of them.
No, 100%. I don't know whether this is a memory or I don't know whether it's a memory for us, but I distinctly remember having the chocolate bar in the actual egg as opposed to somewhere else. Right, Carol, I don't know whether I remember this as a kid or it's just something I've invented. Did the actual chocolates used to be in the egg? Because now you buy an egg and they're separate, aren't they?
Yeah, now they're like on the front or something, aren't they? But it used to be, the classic egg I saw was the wrapped up in foil and inside the egg was like a little bag of Smarties or buttons or whatever, but they were inside the egg, but in a clear bag. It wasn't the bags from the shops, was it?
But this is the thing. It was always quite nice to get that surprise, isn't it? Like breaking over both of the eggs.
But it wasn't a surprise if you opened them every time and they used to... Oh, no, we can't have Kinder Eggs in my house now.
Why?
Because the dog eats the plastic.
Right. But do you remember Kinder Eggs?
I do, yeah.
Do you miss Kinder Eggs?
No, because I had one the other week. Just not in the house.
Sorry, what? Right, have you been secretly eating Kinder Eggs and not telling me? Is that yes?
Yeah, like the little ones.
And doing what with the stuff inside?
Pocketing it and then putting it later.
I was always a bit underwhelmed by a Kinder Egg because it's not that much chocolate, is it? You know, you just like...
No, you don't buy it for the chocolate though. You buy it for the little toy, like, you know, the little toy car that you have
so you can pocket it and sling it away later. I mean, I don't know why... Why are we buying a Kinder Egg?
They're fun for about 10 minutes and then it's like, oh, novelty's worn off.
Sorry, what is that?
The little car.
I mean, number one, we're on a podcast. So I mean, you can see on the live that you're doing that.
Yeah.
But and number two, what is it? Is that how you climb into a car?
Yeah. The sound of the wheels is fun for about 10 minutes and then
you're 18. You are 18 years of age.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
What is going on? You are buying a Kinder Egg and just rolling it up and down. What is?
But you know when there's certain sounds that you just find satisfying. The sounds of the wheels.
The sound of a Kinder Egg toy car rolling up and down. You find satisfying. Is that where we are? Oh, Carol, you got to save me from this. You've got to help me out. Number one, I just, you know, when you think you know your kids, and then you learn a new thing every day, and it's like, what? I don't know what's going on. Right.
Love you
Love you too. Right. Thank you, Charlotte. Right. So, Carol, we've invited you on, clearly, because we want to hear about not to hear, so you can hear Charlotte's Kinder Toy car obsession, whatever that is. I like the sound.
That's good things to my brain.
Is it? What's that thing? Is it ASMR? Where the nice sounds?
I think so.
Or AMSR? I can't remember what it's called. You know where there's a soothing sound?
Yeah.
Is the Kinder Toy car sound a soothing sound? Oh, this is just descended into absolute madness. As much as Barry and Beryl episode, honestly. Right, Carol, tell us a little bit about what you're up to at the minute. Well, firstly, for our audio listeners who are just used to hearing sort of this toy car, tell us a little bit about what you and Oliver are up to at the minute. And a little bit about you.
For those on audio that can't see, Oliver is looking very smart in his Scouts uniform, which he doesn't wear all the time. But you've invited us on this morning very kindly to talk about what he's up to at the moment, which is getting himself to the World Scout Jamboree next year in Korea. It is being referred to as Korea rather than South Korea, but obviously it is in the south part. And at the moment, they're building a huge village over there because there's going to be 40,000 scouts from all over the world there. Oliver got selected the end of last November. He went for a weekend where they assessed the scouts on all sorts of things, teamwork, leadership, all that kind of stuff, working together. And he was one of the ones that got picked. So we've got a bit more information. Do you want to take over on that and read a bit of information about the actual jamboree?
Okay. So how it works is that we go to Korea for a 12-day camp with every other Explorer Scout from around the world. And then we also have 5 days in Seoul, which is the capital, and also traveling days. And I'm part of Unit 32 in Greater London North East. And I need to raise £3,800 by next year so I can go.
Amazing. And what are you looking forward to the most about going?
Probably seeing the campsite and like being there with loads of people from around the world.
I mean, it sounds like an incredible experience, right?
Yeah.
And how many people in the UK have been picked, Oliver?
Is it 3,000?
Maybe.
I think it's about 3,000. So all over the UK now, and the world, I guess, there's all these kids. They're all going to be between 16 and 18 when they go.
Right.
Sorry, 14 and 18 when they go. Obviously, Oliver's 13 at the moment. And part of the journey is the fundraising. So when we first went to find out about it, we were told, obviously, if you want to, you can just pay for your child to go. But fundraising as individual, fundraising as groups. So both his scout group and his unit that he will go there with. And they also, some of their fee goes towards helping underprivileged kids get to go to these things, and even countries to take a contingent, because obviously the UK is a wealthy country, so the scout contingent could just
relatively,
take a load of people. So,
and Oliver, tell me a bit about what you enjoy about being part of Scouts.
Well, I just enjoy seeing a lot of my friends there, because lots of my friends
are involved, right?
Yeah, they go to different schools, so I only see them there. And I also enjoy like going on camps and going out with the Scouts, which is good. And then we're Scout. There's some Scouts in my group, and then also some Cubs as well. So to help with some of our badges, we usually get to like help the Cubs by like running games and stuff, which is fun.
Gotcha. And I forgot what the ages are. Is it, how old have you got to be a Cub, and how old have you got to be a Scout?
I think they added a new one recently called like Squirrels or something, which is before Beavers. But I think it's a Cub at
8 till 14 for Cubs, I think.
No, it's 8 till 11 and a half for Cubs.
Oh, Cubs, sorry.
And then Scouts is 11 and a half until 14. And then Explorer Scouts, which is the people who can go to the Jamboree, is 14 to 18. So
gotcha.
Since it's my birthday,
you're going up by the time you get there.
Yeah. Because this October I'll turn 14. So when I go, I'll be 14, almost 15, because it's in the summer.
Gotcha.
So I'll be in like one of the youngest there, but.
You know what? Yeah. I mean, South Korea is a place to go as well. Sounds amazing.
I mean, it's definitely probably on our collective list. Yeah.
What to go to?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to get the rest of the collective list out of the way first.
Can we stop adding stuff to our travel list? I mean, we need to stop. And I like the way that you add a collective list, assuming that I'm paying for this. I mean, this is. Yeah. Should we just? I tell you what, I want to go somewhere, Dad. Should we just add it to the collective list?
Here's somewhere we both want to go. Let's add it to the collective list. And then slowly, the places I want to go, I'd start talking about them and get you interested in them until you want to go as well, and then I'll add them.
I didn't realise there was one overall strategy. I thought you just like travelling with me. I'm disappointed.
I do, but there are certain places that I think would definitely benefit both of us.
Is so in South Korea one of them?
It wasn't before.
It is now. Thanks, Oliver. You've just cost me quite a lot of money. The other thing that I suppose is the big thing for me is just meeting people from all over the world. And when you're because I was a Cub, I was never a Scout, but not recently. Clearly, I'm way too old for that now. But you don't. My perspective on the Cubs and Scouts was that it was primarily in the UK, but it looks like that it's from all over the world. Do you know how many countries the Cubs and Scouts are in?
So
I don't know how many actual countries.
It's every country apart from about like.
We've definitely already got people on Instagram from all over the world. And I think that's such a good thing about social media, that's even sort of 4 years ago, it would have been harder to stay in touch with people. That was the last Jamboree, was 4 years.
Yeah.
But now it can just be, you just get people.
You can stay connected, right?
Yeah, it's definitely the majority of the countries in the world, because I've been told before this every country accepts like a couple of them, so it's definitely a lot. But
And how many in total go into the jamboree?
so that's 40,000 from all over the world.
Huge, isn't it? Absolutely huge. Right. So clearly you like your gaming, Oliver, right? Seoul in South Korea is known for a bit of tech. Are you just going to be geeking out over there or what?
Well, we've got days to plan with our unit, which is 36 people and 4 leaders. So we've got 3 days to plan in Seoul with our unit, which we'll do in the camps that we go on, because we're going on a camp actually next weekend, which will be like a training camp. So we'll learn to like wash in buckets and stuff that we'll do on the camp.
Nice.
And like cook for ourselves, because there'll be like a supermarket there that you just go and spend tokens on that you'll get given.
So this is like, I mean, it sounds like a real life skills opportunity, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and also what they did 4 years ago, it was in America, and we watched a video about it, and they swapped, like, one day they had I think it was a group from
Netherlands.
the Netherlands.
They had the Netherlands round for dinner.
Yeah, they had the Netherlands round for dinner, like a patrol of people from the Netherlands, and then they all swapped badges and tops and bags and stuff like that. So hopefully I'll come back with badges from like all over the world.
It sounds really good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Sounds really good. How do I become a scout and get to go, or is it too late? Is it like that ship sailed, didn't it?
It's quite a bit too late.
You didn't have to add to quite a bit. I mean, that was implied, but just you saying it has made it, made it feel a bit bad. You know what? We're interestingly, so Charlotte and I haven't done enough travelling in Asia, but it's a place that fascinates me. And Charlotte and I 3 years ago were in Japan.
We were still in Japan this time. I'll tell you. I mean, one of the funniest stories with me and you was when I was geeking out over a bullet train, and you went, "Dad, when we come back, you'll be like sort of at Raynham Station, looking at the sort of 1032 to Fenchurch Street with your notepad, because clearly you've turned into a train spotter." It's not 1032 to Fenchurch Street.
Well, the fact that you don't know that
there's a 1017 to Fenchurch Street. There's not.
I stand corrected.
Well, actually, it depends on the day you go. But
sorry, are we having train spotter talk on the podcast? Is that what we're doing?
There you go. Because if you do it on a weekday, it's like 10:14, and it won't turn up till 10:17 because they're always late. But it's fine.
Do you want to carry on?
I'm not sorry about the trains being late all the time.
Apparently, we've turned into a train spotter podcast. What else can you share about the trains that we didn't know?
The 17 past the hours of grace from Raynham Station always turns up at least a minute late. It really peeves me off. Okay, so 40,000 downloads a month for this podcast, and we talk about tea and trains. Is that? I think we should change the name of it to the Tea and Trains podcast. What do you reckon? Doable? No, definitely not. Right, Oliver and Carol, let us know what you're doing to raise the money and how we can help collectively as a kind project community.
So much. We've just become, well, I think Oliver's already done lots of things he wouldn't necessarily have been doing. We've for Valentine's Day and Mother's Day so far, we took orders for baked and sold cookies, nearly 1,000 over the 2 occasions.
Amazing.
So that was an interesting teamwork in extravaganza.
How'd it go?
Good. Yeah, we sold them mainly to my Scouts and Cobs group and to my rugby group.
Right. So I'm just trying to work out the numbers on this. You've got 1,000 cookies. How are you like selling them in packs of 10? What are you doing?
So how it works is it's boxes of 12 cookies, and lots of people bought 2 boxes. So I think the first on what was it, Valentine's Day, it was 36 boxes. So
Amazing.
yeah,
Which is really hard work.
36 boxes, which was 18 batches of cookies.
Who's doing the baking?
Both of
Oh
us.
yeah, we both did it.
Yeah, over 2 very long days.
Just the tone in your voice there, Oliver, told me
2
enough.
very long
They're just
days.
2 very long days. Maybe some different strategies as opposed to baking might be the way to go. I don't know. Maybe.
We're going to do brownies for Father's Day, so we're offering something different because, it's worth, if people are going to buy stuff with us and support us, then we'll make it, basically.
Yeah.
We're happy to.
Get ready for 2 very long days.
Yeah.
And we've done...
What?
Sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's not on my calendar, so I don't know.
What else? What, Father's Day?
No.
You know what? Sophie doesn't know my birthday either. This is not going well. What else have you been up to? What else are you doing?
We hosted a coffee morning at the closest church to Oliver's Scouts. They were extremely accommodating, Havering Road Methodist Church. They had us along. So again, we baked loads of cakes. Oliver runs a tuck shop at his Scouts, so all sweets and everything. So we took that as well. We had some of the Scouts helping, and that was such a fun day, wasn't it? We're doing another of those at the end of the month, 30th of April. We're doing another of those.
Amazing.
Yeah, and we also did a quiz night with, actually, I think it was 4 other Scouts that are going from the Romford district.
Right.
And most of them go to the Explorer Scout unit that I'm looking to go to.
So they're a little bit older, right?
So yeah, they were like
Year 10 and year 11?
Yeah, year 10 and 11. So yeah, a bit older than me. But at that, it was really good because we were reading out the quiz questions and lots of people came and we sold tuck shop and cakes and had prizes for the winner, and it was really good.
I suppose it's just been consistent over the year, isn't it? Just having loads of events to sort of get there. What who won the quiz?
I think it was the
family members of one of the kids that's going, but then obviously everyone knew each other. So, for example, our daughter won the Heads and Tails game. Everyone knew each other.
So you had some loads of stuff going on during the day.
In the break we had a Heads and Tails game, which is like, everyone stands up and then you pick heads or tails, and then you flip the coin. Oh yeah, heads or tails. And then I flip the coin. Well, someone flips the coin. And then we announce which one it is. And if you're doing it, then you have to sit down and you're out. And then the winner won £15, was it? Yeah.
And then the profits went into the pot and the raffle.
Yeah.
So it was a really good, busy night.
Amazing. Right, talk to me a bit about this abseil, Carol. What's going on with that?
Yes, so as you said, it's about keeping it going. So next month, I'm going to abseil off the water tower, the Church Langley water tower. You can see it from the M11. Okay. I've been trying to find out the height of it this morning for all of your listeners that aren't local to this area and see it all the time. I can't find out the height, but I think it's probably best I don't know. Oliver would obviously, it would be a dream for him to do it, but you have to be over 16. So I'm representing him. You're
putting your name in the hat. Have you ever done anything like this before or not?
I've never done anything like this. I'm not the type that's got those things on my bucket list at all. I just, I won't go on any of those high rope things. If I'm on a roller coaster, then I just have my eyes shut and just think, it'll be over in a minute. Just do it for the kids. So.
How long?
Yeah, I mean, and how long does it take to get from the top to the bottom? Because I've done a couple, and I think
probably about 2 hours for that.
Well, because it goes like that. Have your feet on the side, so you're just hanging. So I'm assuming I'll have to feed it through like they do on SAS, and I don't know how easy I'll find the technique. So I might be up there a while.
No, you don't. You don't feed it through. You don't. You don't need to worry about feeding it through. All you need to do is just let go slowly. I mean,
Okay.
when I did mine, I've done two for charity. So I did one of the orbit at the Olympic Park, which was bizarre because I found just my experience of it is the worst bit isn't going down. The worst bit is leaning back
off the top
as you're ready to go, because it's just.
Is this helping?
What you no? Well, I mean,
what he's saying is that once you get over the first bit, you're golden.
Yeah, once the first bit's done, you're fine. But it was weird because I leaned back and the guy said, just sort of move your leg out and then just sort of you'll find another ledge and then you can start letting yourself down. And for all of my efforts, I couldn't find this bottom ledge. So I'm literally one leg there, another leg wiggling all over. Just like it was the weirdest experience of my life.
We were standing at the bottom, not a clue in the world this was going on. Knowing, I think he's coming down. We actually can't see if that's him or not. It's too far up.
Yeah, and then in the end, I just flopped down basically, and I'm just sitting there, hanging there, and I'm sort of slowly and embarrassingly let myself down. And then,
okay,
it was, you know what? It was a really good. I really enjoyed the experience. And then I did Broadgate Tower at Liverpool Street as well, which was different because it was a solid sort of block. And again, because I'm not the most coordinated person in the world, I just kept on bouncing off the window as I was coming down. And I don't think you meant to do that, to be honest.
The window cleaner in the field day after you were done.
I've just got this image of just like a shoulder print of just like my shoulder of just and the window cleaner's going, what is that? What's happened there? But you know what? I for both experiences, I'm glad I did it. It was really good. We raised quite a lot of money for charity both the times we did it, and it was definitely worth doing. But once you've started, you're there. It's done. Who's Justin's commented. Hi Justin, thanks for watching. You guys are so brave. I hate heights and could never do that.
I'm the same. I would never.
Well,
I'm petrified.
You know what?
Like panic at the top. And
I've said this to you before. I think part of like sort of my mentality is just do stuff that scares you every now and again. Like sort of just do stuff that helps you get to a position where you go, you know what? I can't believe I did that, but I did it.
I did that zip wire all those years ago.
Chuck you off though. We did a zip wire down in Cornwall, and we got to the top, and Charlotte just wouldn't go down. And in the end, it wasn't me that pushed her off. It was the woman who
she said she was going to give me a count. And she went 3, 2,
God,
shoved me off the edge.
Straight off. So if you're watching, what thing that scares you a little bit that you really want to do is, so for Justin, abseiling off of big buildings or large structures might be a no-no. Justin, what's that one thing that you think, you know what, that could scare me? Oliver, what would you do? What's on your list of things you do that might scare you a tiny bit, but you'd love to do anyway?
Well, definitely not anything with heights because I've done all that in Scouts, like rock climbing walls and stuff like that. But
that's part of the experience of being in the Scouts, isn't it? Yeah. Doing stuff that's challenging that you learn from.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not sure what there is that.
Like deep sea diving or diving in caves, something like that, or am I just putting my fears onto you?
You know what? That's an experience I'm not going to repeat.
I don't like caves.
You're not okay? No,
you remember? I can't remember where we were, and there was that cave, and it went down, and the walls got tighter, and it's just. And I had to turn around and go out while everyone else was in because I just couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah, I think that was in Cornwall somewhere. But yeah, I did the caving experience with Soph quite recent, and it's not one I'd choose to repeat. Give me heights, give me like open air, give me space. Caves, I'm like
no, caves and deep water. I just no.
Trev, morning, dude. How you doing? Thanks for watching.
Morning, dude.
Great to see you. And yeah, let us know what thing, because I know Trev at the minute is doing some scat training with some of his guys, and he was doing some kayaking recently. So hopefully that went well, Trev.
Oh, you love kayaking.
Great. You know what? I only got into kayaking again at the end of lockdown 1 in 2020 because it was like one of those things that you could go outside and actually do. Carol, apart from the abseil, what other thing is on your list where you go, and we're not going to make you do it yet, what one thing is on your list where you go, actually this is like something that I'd like to do?
I don't know. Well, I do want to walk over the Sydney Opera, the Sydney Harbour Bridge.
Yes.
You can go over the top, can't you? That looks amazing. I think probably walking over the O2 at the moment is a bit more realistic, but it's the same thing, isn't it? You get to wear the outfit and have your picture taken. So, yeah, I'd like to do that.
Is it the outfit?
I've seen
It's
you
the
in that outfit.
Is it? Yeah, I mean, you know what? I've got a client of mine actually who did the bridge, the Sydney Opera Bridge, and he said that was amazing. But up at the O2, I really enjoyed. I've done that a couple of.
I've never done it because I was too young to do it the first time, and then I was too scared to do it the second time.
Well, we should do that. We should definitely do that. Justin's commented that his thing that he'd love to do that is a bit challenging is sea kayaking. Want to do, but very weak swimmer. But he is having adult swim lessons and will be out in the sea in September. So
nice.
that is an amazing challenge to have. Russ is commenting. I don't know how he does it because he's producing the podcast and commenting. His comment was been caving, hated it. Thank you for your amazing storytelling skills, Russ. You could have added a bit of flavour.
Genius, so succinct and like precise.
You know what? We
gets to the heart of it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a regular listener of the podcast, you know this already. But Russ has got more involved in chatting on the podcast recently, and we were talking about hats on the podcast the other day, and Russ just went, "I don't wear hats." I was like, "Oh, right, interesting, Russ. Why's that?" Got an hot head, and that literally was his validation for not wearing hats. I've got a hot head,
and we haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. Like,
Russ's hot head.
He was over here a couple of weeks ago, and that was his nickname. No
Hot head.
Russ, we just called him Hot Head.
See, I don't know whether I'm waiting for him to come on and comment now, but I don't think he will. But
he might in the chat, you know.
He might in the chat. He might join in the chat. But I just think if you're going to pick a nickname for yourself, Hothead isn't the one you want, is it really,
No.
to be honest? Right, so we've got the abseil, we've got all this stuff going on. How has the sort of fundraising efforts going? What stage are we at the minute in terms of the money raised?
We've got a GoFundMe page, but most of it isn't on there. It's been cake sales and the cookies and things like that. So in a couple of different places at the moment, we've got about £1,000 so far. So feeling good.
Amazing.
This weekend, as you know, yourself, Chris and Charlotte and family have donated a great big Easter bunny and bottle of Prosecco to be raffled off. So can we give that a quick plug?
Yeah, definitely. There's a Easter bunny available. I haven't been involved in sort of how we promote it, but there is a massive Easter bunny that you can win. And how do we, Carol, you probably know this better than me. How do people enter?
It's £2.50 a go, which is to be paid by PayPal, and then everyone that enters obviously will get put into the draw, and it depends on where they live. They will have a home delivery of the Easter bunny and the Prosecco. The PayPal is a little bit long, but it's Carol H, so CarolH carol656@gmail.com. I'll
Now-
say it's £2.50 a go, and then everyone will get entered in, and we'll find a winner.
Amazing. And what we'll do is when we sort of repost this and put this out on audio, we'll make sure that all of that elements go on the show notes. Because I'd imagine that if people want to make a donation, if we give the bunny away and people still want to make a donation, they can do that using that PayPal, right?
Either the PayPal, or we have got the GoFundMe, which the link is on Oliver's Instagram, which is only to do with his journey. So his Instagram for his journey is Oliver_25WSJ_ Unit 32. And the link to his GoFundMe and everything is in there, and it's his little chat to when he's doing his little fundraising or something like this, that will go on the page just so everyone can keep up with what he's doing.
And then what we'll do as well is when we put this out in the audio, we'll put all of the links to Instagram, GoFundMe page, all of that sort of stuff on the show notes. So that if you are listening on the audio podcast listeners, you can definitely sort of get involved. For those, just so we know, for those who are listening new, we have got a few because we've got a few more listeners who have tuned in now. Do we, when we do a podcast live, do we call them listeners or do we call them viewers?
Viewers?
Or Eds? I don't know. But for those who are watching live, a couple of questions in the podcast we'd love to get your answer to. Firstly, what's the best Easter egg you've ever had? Secondly, if you could pick your own nickname, what would it be? And lastly,
family memories?
yeah,
Funny
what's the
family memories?
funniest family story you've got? So let us know. So we've got the ab sale, we've got sort of fundraising. Tell us about what else is coming up next.
So for the Jubilee in
Start of June.
start of June, that's near. For the Jubilee, we are planning to do a family fun day in Rise Park.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, which will be with quite a few other scouts because it's already an arranged thing, but we're gonna go put up a couple of stalls and help them.
Do some games.
Yeah, do some games, some cakes maybe.
Of course, cakes. We love it
Cakes.
today.
Yeah.
There
This
seems
is
to be
a running threads.
there's a recurring theme of cake here.
Yeah, everyone loves
What?
cake.
Unofficial question of the podcast. What's the best cake?
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake.
Yeah.
What flavour? Cheese.
Chocolate caramel swirl. I made one of those.
I tell you what, that was such a definitive answer. You were bang on that. Oliver, best cake?
Carrot cake.
Carrot cake, good choice. Good choice. Carol, what are you going for?
Oh, so difficult, isn't it? I love the cheesecake theory because then that's more puddingy as well. But we do make a wicked brownie. Although yesterday Martin had an amazing blondie.
Oh, love a
yeah,
blondie.
exactly.
Is that white chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You know what? I think the Milky Way's destroyed white chocolate for me. Well, where'd you get a good white chocolate?
Tesco's, they have a bar for 10p.
That is, you know what? This tells you a lot about our relationship, Carol, because whereas Charlotte's like, is it your money? We're going to South Korea. Is it my money? Tesco's have got a chocolate bar of 10p. That is just that says a lot about, you know, that is good value for a chocolate bar, though, isn't it?
Oh, it was the last time I checked, which was about a year ago, though. So pricing might be different.
Where it
but
might be inflation and all that. Inflation and all that. How much might it be now? 12p? Is it a value bar? Is it a Tesco good value
It's
bar?
not even a Tesco brand.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What is it?
I don't remember.
Tosco. Is it a Lidl brand that you're pretending you can get in Tesco's?
No, I don't even. I was just down like one of these aisles, and it was down on like the bottom of the shelf, and it was like 10p white chocolate. Mm.
Did you get it?
I did. Of course I did.
Were you Kinder Egg and your little car, your little rolling car? Was that it? Yeah.
I will pay
What-
you back for all the
What's the most expensive chocolate bar you've ever bought?
I don't know. I don't like buying expensive things. Unless it's musical tickets, which even then I get student discount on those. So
yeah, what's the most you'd spent on anything?
oh God, I don't know. I don't like spending money.
No, you don't. You don't. That's true.
No.
That's true. Oh, we've got a chocolate-related comment from Justin. Hotel Chocolat, those yummy white chocolate. Apparently, that's where.
Oh, Russell's chocolate for 50p at his local.
Listen, I mean, we've gone from the Trains and Tea podcast to the How to Get Cheap Chocolate podcast. I genuinely don't know what's going on.
The locals around here, they used to 50p, but now it's 75. So
okay, we are coming to the end. Apart from Insta and some of the other places that we can find out more about your journey and your story, Oliver, where else can we find out more about the Jamboree more generally? What's going on, and to help and support?
So there's, of course, you'll find loads of Instagram accounts about other people going, and our unit leaders have one about the unit, and there's the UK contingent have one. There's the official page for the Korean one, but for some reason it's in Spanish, so
it's fine.
Interesting choice.
Instagram has one of those things.
Yeah.
It translates it.
So is it in Korean and then translates to Spanish, or it's in Spanish originally?
Well, I'm not sure, but they probably have an official one now that's in like whatever language you want. But this was, I think, at December time. So when I first got picked, I just looked for the official account, and it was like Korea World Cup Jamboree number 25, and then it was all in Spanish. So
great way to learn Spanish, I suppose.
Learn about Korea in Spanish.
Yeah, good combo. So all on Instagram. Instagram sounds like the platform where it's all going on. And then is there a website for the Jamboree? Where do people
there is
generally?
Yeah, on the Scout website you can find, well, on the Scout website I'm sure there'll be a link to it, and then there's all the information about it, and which I'm sure the numbers that we haven't been able to tell you are there. So
Fab.
I would say how many are going from the UK as well, which I think is around 4,000, but not
great stuff. So thank you guys for coming on today and tell us a bit about Jamboree, about the challenges you're facing. Carol, how do you prepare to chuck yourself down a tower?
I don't know, because it's already keeping me awake. So I think the night before is going to be a sleepless one, but it's morning. It's a Saturday morning. So yeah, it will just be go there, get it over with, and maybe dream about a nice glass of fizz at the bottom.
Exactly. Yeah. You what you want is something, Martin, to have just a nice glass of something. Might be a bit early if you finish at 10, but certainly.
Oh, it's happy hour somewhere.
Yeah, it's never too early, apparently. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on the Kindness Project. Viewers, I hope you've enjoyed this special live episode of the podcast. Have a lovely day.
Have a nice time.
Have a nice time. Charlotte's off to get me a 10p bar of chocolate. She wouldn't spend that much. And I will see you next time on the Kindness Project. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.